We have customer contact on every day, depending on what the given job is. We're still pulling in essential services to houses where a customer may be or a contractor may be. First thing we say is our goal is to get you the power, but you have to respect the fact that we want to be safe doing this. We've also, prior to COVID, we didn't have static crews. We kind of would mix and match as needed any given day, depending on who needed what type of work. Now we have more of a static crew, so it's we protect ourselves best as possible. We try to maintain 6 feet when we're in a closed environment or a confined environment, but there are times that we have to get in manholes, and at that point we use our balaclavas or our gaiters. We also have a few people that are trained on a 3M respirator mask that's filtered through, so big old helmet, looks like a space helmet. I believe that 3M filter was supposed to be set up for the fire zones, and what they ended up doing was they seen a dual purpose for those filter helmets, respirator helmets, sorry. And so what they did is they busted them out and they got a few people trained. Whoever wanted the training was available to get the training for close quarters, and then from there they breached them out as they needed. Now so prior to COVID, it was definitely more of a try to take the least amount of trucks out there as possible. The company did kind of react pretty fast or the company and union partnership ID'd that real fast, and they instantly told us they wanted 1 person per truck. They actually assigned trucks to every individual so they knew who was in what truck at any given time. And quite frankly, with the way that society is right now with the shelter in place, there's less cars out there, so it's easier to find parking stalls or parking spots or take a lane if we need to. So the PPE for this COVID-19 stuff was slow coming at first. Once we kind of put a little pressure on management, it started coming out pretty at a fast pace. The gaiters, the hand sanitizer. Problem was they had a process on how to order this stuff, and not everybody was on the same page of how to order it. So I think we kind of shined the light on that to point it out to management, and they made it 100 times easier once they realized that. We have signs that we put up at our job sites that tell society around us to give us 6 feet of space. When talking to the contractor, we now have numbers on our job folders so we can contact the person at the job site. We can then make contact, still keeping 6 feet of distance, and then ask them to evacuate the place so that we have the whole facilities to ourselves, not having to worry about contact, right? So our work group was definitely affected. I think we'd lost anywhere from 1/3 to half of our work group, just on having to either take care of kids at home or health-related issues. For those that were able to make it, we took a sense of pride in wanting to come every day, and it's kind of the double-edged sword, right? The good and the bad. So sometimes you have to come out here and you have to wear that badge like you wear it. I've talked to my business rep, Roberto, at least every other day since COVID, kind of keeping them up to date on what the issues may be. At a certain point, we were talking about certain jobs that we didn't feel were essential at the time, that they were sending us to and potentially putting us in exposure conditions. Fortunately, I think we had the ear of management, so we didn't have to really push too hard. But Roberto answers the phone with any questions.